2006. At 5:20 a.m, into this world came a little mare. And he stood next to his mother on little shaky legs, as most young horses do, and struggled to form a bond with its mother. In August it would have been pretty cold, so I was probably wondering what this world had to offer. And let me tell you, it had plenty to offer for this horse, and still does. In February, a group of friends would gather on a houseboat in Echuca. And they go back to kindergarten years. They've known each other for quite some time. And every year they would meet and go on this boat. And one year, Neil Warrett said, "Let's get a racehorse." And the others thought, "That's a good idea." Nothing happened until the next February, when they actually committed and they said, "Right, we're going to get a racehorse." So Gary Wilkie and his wife Karen, Colin Madden and his wife Janine, and Neil Warrett decided to buy a racehorse. And around that time, Peter Moody, the trainer, bought a young horse for $210,000. This was to be their horse. They didn't have enough money, so they added extra people. They got Janine's sister, Pam Hawkes, who was a potato farmer from the Mornington Peninsula. She didn't know much about horses, but she liked seafood. They also got Gary Wilkie's real estate agent, David Taylor, and his wife. Can you imagine getting that call? Would you like to come and own a racehorse? Jill Taylor said, "You're not spending our money on a stupid racehorse." So David tried to convince her, but couldn't. So he snuck out one day to the bank, drew the money, gave it to Gary. Gary's daughter came up with the colours, salmon with black dots. Do you know who I'm talking about? It's the name given by Pam Hawkes, the potato farmer, Black Caviar. Black Caviar is a champion racehorse. It won 25 races and hasn't come second or anything other than wins. And that record stands for over 100 years. They put the horse into the first race as a 2-year-old. It won by 5 lengths. The second race, it won by 6 lengths. About this time, I imagine Jill Taylor was thinking, it's not such a bad idea owning a racehorse. The group of friends treated it somewhat as an excuse to have lunch, but really they went into this partnership to own a racehorse together. And together they went through the journey in the horse's life. It went from being an unknown horse to being more and more famous, to being national and to being an international celebrity. The horse went to London. It went in the Diamond Stakes race. And before that, at Ascot, it met the Queen. And there's a photo on the website of the horse and the owner and the Queen walking past looking at the horse. The first 2 races were done by Jared Nosk. Then Luke Nolan was the jockey for the horse, except for one time when he was suspended, and then Ben Mellon was the jockey. So Luke was riding at Ascot and was leading by quite a margin, but could feel something wrong with the horse. It was a 30-hour journey to England. The horse was in a compression suit to last the journey, but they felt there was something not quite right with Black Caviar. So Luke eased up on the reins and said, "The horse will get us home. We've got enough in the race for the horse to continue on." A French-trained horse, Moonlight Cloud, came up and very nearly won the race. Afterwards, when interviewed by the press, Luke said that was a basic mistake. Every young jockey knows not to make that mistake, and I nearly made it and cost the race. But Black Caviar, the champion that she is, didn't lose the race. And so went on to win 15 Group 1 championships, and as I say, 25 for, 25 against. The horse won just under $8 million before it was retired on the 17th of April earlier this year. But also the horse has got a whole lot of merchandise. You can go to the website and you can buy umbrellas, iPhone covers, drink holders, clothing, shampoo, conditioner. You can buy tie pins, you can buy shirts, jackets, flags, everything you like you can buy for Black Caviar. It was rated by the International Authority on Horses as one of the world's best racehorses just as it retired. It recovered from the injuries in England to win subsequent races. Black Caviar, it really changed the life of people. It's known in Australia as a champion racehorse. I think the record is going to stand for a long time to come. I give you a champion racehorse, Black Caviar.